Today on the Immigration Deep Dive, we're going to be talking about the government's plans for earned settlement. In this new weekly series, I'm going to be digging down into certain issues, and given that this is a big topic that's about to happen, I thought I'd pay a bit more attention to it. Let's start off with what settlement is. Settlement in the United Kingdom is referred to as indefinite leave to remain. It confers upon the person who is granted indefinite leave to remain a permanent right to live in the United Kingdom. It means that the individual can access public funds, pensions, if they need to. It means they can travel in and out of the United Kingdom for as long as they want. The only check on that is that if you leave the United Kingdom and you stay outside for 2 years, your indefinite leave to remain will lapse. It's often a stepping stone to an individual applying for British citizens. A stepping stone because some people are happy with just having indefinite leave to remain. So that's settlement. So what is earned settlement? Earned settlement, as announced by the government, is a new post scheme whereby individuals can earn their settlement, their indefinite leave to remain in the United Kingdom, by doing a number of positive acts or not doing certain other acts. And it's proposed that some individuals will be able to earn their indefinite leave to remain quicker than they previously could. And generally it would be 5 years on an immigration route to indefinite leave to remain. So it does offer the potential for people to acquire indefinite leave to remain far quicker than they previously would. Now, let's look at the criteria, qualifying things that individuals need to obtain this earned settlement. While some of the exact criteria that individuals will need to meet to earn their settlement are still unclear, having read various releases and information that the government have put out there, it's quite clear that there are certain things that individuals can do or hopefully will be able to do in order to bring down the time necessary in order to qualify for indefinite leave to remain. The first one I'm going to be talking about is a higher English standard. At the moment, and traditionally for quite a while, you could obtain indefinite leave to remain on a B1 English language test. They've just raised it to B2 for skilled workers. And I think the plan is that individuals who can meet perhaps C1 or C2, which is an even higher test, will gain extra points. Continuous lawful residence is likely to be the second criteria. Individuals that have been in the UK, haven't left it, and have shown their commitment to being in the United Kingdom are likely to gain points for that. I'm going to come back to the word points and what that means in the context of immigration shortly. Economic contribution through work and tax. Now this is likely to be the big change in respect of how soon somebody can apply for indefinite leave to remain. At the moment, there is no financial requirement for an individual to obtain settlement. The government are talking about making it quicker for individuals that earn a high salary. I have seen some figures bandied around, and they're not set in stone yet, of people that are earning over £125,000 a year. So this is clearly designed to both motivate individuals to earn more money while in the United Kingdom, which will obviously benefit the UK by way of higher tax, and that in return from that, individuals will qualify for indefinite leave to remain quicker. Hopefully, I'm sure the government think, it would also encourage people to come to the United Kingdom, because if they do get to the United Kingdom and they have a good job, then they will be entitled to settle in the United Kingdom earlier. There's also the requirement to pay tax. Now, that might sound like a silly requirement, but that will mean that individuals can actually show that they have contributed to the exchequer, they have paid tax into the government, that the government is going to use for the benefit of the UK population generally. This, in my view, is likely to be one of the key elements of the earned settlement scheme. The last requirement I think that is going to be of importance is immigration compliance. And what does this mean? Well, this means that you don't do anything wrong while you're in the United Kingdom. So you will show that you have complied with the requirements of the immigration rules. And what does that mean in practice? It means that you make your applications promptly, that you pay for your applications, that the applications are processed smoothly. It means that if there is any blot on your immigration history, such as an unnecessary refusal or a couple of days where perhaps your visa wasn't approved, this may count against you. So immigration compliance, which for a lot of people is not a problem, will acquire more importance in this concept of earned settlement. The exact details of this and these various categories have yet to be announced, but this seems to me to be an educated guess based upon my experience about what the Home Office and the UK will be looking for. How in practice and in what way are people going to benefit or prove or earn their own settlement? Now, I've talked about the types of things that will give people credit. How will this work in practice? Now, again, without seeing the policy documents or seeing the law, generally, when the Home Office introduces a scheme such as this, it will fall under what's called the points-based scheme. We're moving away from, I've been here for 5 years, therefore I should be given as a right my indefinite leave to remain, to a system whereby the Home Office will probably allocate a number of points to an individual category, English language, earnings, and then if the individual has or acquires enough points, then they will be entitled to the earned settlement. Now, another potential way that this could be implemented could be that an individual that earns £500,000 a year gets a huge number of points which entitles them to settlement very quickly, whereas an individual that earns perhaps a quarter of that gets it in a little bit longer period of time. I expect to see a points-based system introduced, and that will be fairly clear and open to people because we will be able to work through, or individuals can work through, where they are at the moment, how much their income is there anything that they can improve. An example might be an individual whose income is quite high and who is fantastic at English and could do a very, very high level of English and be awarded additional points. I am speculating, but this seems to me to be the direction of travel that the Home Office are going in respect of actually implementing the earned settlement scheme. Winners and losers. As always with changes to the immigration rules, there will be people that benefit and people that sadly lose out. Who is going to win? And we all like a winner. Winners are likely to be highly skilled migrants who are able to demonstrate a significant or a higher salary level. Those people with long-term stable employment. An individual that's chopped and changed employers might struggle to show that they meet the maintenance or rather the financial requirement. So a job that's been held for a while that shows elements of progress which will be reflected not only in what they have done but in their salary. Strong English language ability. Now that's going to benefit people that come from countries that have a tie to the United Kingdom. I could see potentially Australian, American or New Zealanders being able to score top points or really benefit from an enhanced English language requirement because English is their first language. So it might be a bit harder for other people. Uninterrupted immigration histories. This is the skeleton in the cupboard or the elephant in the room. People who have a good immigration history that perhaps were sponsored into the United Kingdom to do a job working in, for example, Google, and they start 5 years ago or 3 years ago and they're on a good salary, probably will have had minimal contact with the immigration authorities. Their company may have arranged their visa, maybe even arranged their accommodation, and for them their immigration journey has been very easy. So those sorts of individuals are they stand to benefit. Employers. Now, employers stand to benefit from an enhanced settlement scheme because it will enable them, by reference to what will be a published framework, to put in place relevant HR systems and design and work with the individuals to provide clear career progression with a target of earned settlement. If an employee knows that they need to earn X amount of money and their employer offers them the opportunity to do that, subject to them achieving certain results, it should benefit employers. Employers get a more motivated employee. As always with immigration changes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. There are likely to be a huge number of people who see no meaningful difference if the Home Office introduce as a supplement an enhanced settlement scheme. By that I mean that if the government retains the 5 years for indefinite leave to remain scheme, most people will probably find themselves on the 5-year route, as opposed to being, in any practical sense, being able to achieve enhanced settlement. Losers. Sadly, this scheme will create losers. It may create more losers than winners. And why is that? Well, the reason is a lot of people that come to the United Kingdom on skilled worker visas are not in very high paid jobs. Previously, a lot of people came to the United Kingdom on care visas, and there is some discussion that those care visas, which recently have been stopped, will reopen as a route for people to come to the United Kingdom. People that come and do a valuable social job as a carer are not likely to be earning £125,000 a year, so they are not likely to benefit from these proposed changes. People whose employer, through no fault of their own, has perhaps lost a sponsor licence, have gone out of business, consequently the migrant has had to change employment, people like that are going to miss out. People with breaks in their employment. Individuals may have come into the United Kingdom with a firm commitment and hope completing their period of time on their visa and find that the sponsor has lost its licence, which would create a break of 2 or 3 months potentially in securing a new job. Individuals such as these may well find themselves missing out through no fault of their own. Dependents, families, children. It's not quite clear how the earned settlement proposals will impact dependents, families, children, people that have actually had to not work through sickness for whatever reason. It would be surprising if the Home Office are generous with offering dependents or children such shortened routes. We will have to wait and see. So the key takeaway from this is that there will be winners, there will be some losers, but the vast majority are likely not to see any changes. There is a possibility that the government does away with the 5-year route to indefinite leave to remain and everything becomes earned settlement. In my view, if that happens, that's likely to cause big problems, and the people who are currently looking to lose are likely to lose in an even more dramatic manner. This is because if an individual can apply for earned settlement because of a salary of £125,000, the Home Office may push the qualifying period for somebody on a modest salary beyond 5 years, which would obviously then create great difficulties for people. What can somebody do if they're interested in earned settlement? Well, the first thing that they will need to do is to monitor my channel, monitor the news, and see when the system is introduced. There's likely to be a fair amount of publicity because this is likely to be a scheme that the government is proud of. But if there's not a lot of publicity and it's quietly ushered in, if you are watching my channel, this channel or one of my other channels, you will become aware because I will be talking about it. First thing you can do is be aware. Stay attent. It may benefit you. The second thing that you will need to do is you will need to contact a good immigration lawyer. I'm going to say you should contact me because I think I am a good immigration lawyer. It's important that the person that you do see is a good lawyer with a long track record in immigration and providing a good quality of service. This will be even more important in the context of an earned settlement scheme because this will be new. And because it is new, it will have its own set of rules, regulations and guidance. And if those rules, regulations and guidance are not followed to the letter, it is unlikely that an application would be approved. And my experience tells me that if it's put under the points-based system, you miss it by a point or two because of a problem created or not identified by your lawyer, you will have no course to redress to the courts. Keep an eye out for it. Once it's announced, first step ought to be to see, and I'm going to say it now, see me, and we can go through whether together we think you are eligible for the earned settlement scheme. If we've crossed that bridge and we think everything potentially looks good, then I will work closely with you, potentially your employer, to ensure that you are the best possible candidate for the earned settlement scheme for you and any family members that you have. we've talked about what is potentially a major shake-up to the immigration system, the opportunity for individuals to break out of the current 5-year pattern to becoming settled in the United Kingdom, and for some people an exciting opportunity to move things along. Talked about the type of criteria, what the Home Office will be looking for, some of the pitfalls, and we've concluded that being attentive, watching out for it, and obtaining proper legal advice is the first step towards your journey towards earned settlement. I hope you've enjoyed this first deep dive into immigration. Videos will be coming out every Wednesday on a different, hopefully interesting and topical subject. If you have any sort of immigration history, whether it's application or a problem, or you just want to talk to me about immigration, you know where I am. Get in touch with me. I've been helping people about 27 years now, and I'd love to help you too. And if you don't, then I wish you the best of luck. This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister. I'll see you next Wednesday.